Hello. Thanks for coming back, those of you that were able to. It's pretty late. I mean, the southern side, it's 3 in the morning, Midwest, 2 in the morning, and it's midnight here, and I'm usually not up this late. But, hi, Rapper. Hi, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yeah. So, I spoke a little bit, a little too long probably, about what I'm going through with my mother in the news of her possible stomach cancer diagnosis. I'll know for positive sure in a few days, but the Mayo Clinic told her because of all the ascites, water-filled things and some lesions they're seeing, that's what they think it is, and she's had pain all summer. So without getting into all that again, I talked about that. And then for the life of me, I couldn't find his channel. And then, I mean, I did subscribe, but it was down on the bottom. I thought it was on the top. I overlooked it. I was typing it in. I was typing in The Hanger, Hangar, and it's The Hanger, Hanger. Oh, thank you, Rock This Girl. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. His name is Jeremiah Human, the man that I talked about, Jeremiah, and Human is Youman. There might be 2 N's, but I don't think there is. And it's at Clarky417. There's so many Hanger and The Hanger channels. And people that were in my chat before, 1 or 2 of you wanted his channel. So I'm going to type it in here. If you type this in with small letters, it will come up. He has 1,000 something subs. His very first live was, or stream or whatever, where he's filming his girlfriend who he ends up marrying later on, was 16 years ago. Then he does 4 like little short videos in the year 15 and 4 and 14. And yeah, so this is what it is at Clarky, Clarky 417. If you type that in, The Hanger will come up, Hanger. And yeah, it was sad. He's like, I don't feel like, or I don't have anything to live for. Like cut and dry like that. I think that was the name of it. His very last live 4 days ago, maybe 5 now. I think it's been 5 days. Hashtag loneliness. And I thought, I'm gonna watch this and listen to it. He got a lot of views because he was real, and a lot of positiveness comments, which I hope he read. He didn't seem to go through and put a heart or kind of even acknowledge him. He seems kind of down and out. He's an older man. I think he said he was 58. Wishes he had kids. Really, really misses his wife. He was holding back the tears. And she passed away in 2018. So, it's 6 years, or no, 2019. So it's 6 years now, I believe, from MS. And according to the videos, I think they were married about 4 years before she passed. So I got married 10 years ago, and yeah. Okay, and his name is Jeremiah Human, Youman. If you guys would be willing to sub up to him, maybe it'll give him something to live for, because he really just wanted to leave his phone, leave everything behind, and just split for how long, or he said he just goes homeless. He's done it before. I don't know if he's got some, like, maybe some, I don't know. I don't know if he's on the autism spectrum. But and not that it matters, but he doesn't capitalize like any of his videos or anything. He just kind of types. And some of them are as simple as going over a McD's burger or something at McDonald's. Anyway, it was pretty sad. All right, so I'm gonna get to these chapters. This is from the If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules. 10 Rules for Being Human is introduced in Chicken Soup for the Soul by Cherie Carter Scott, and she's a PhD. All right, and Richard Carlson, PhD, author of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I read out of quite a few parts of that book this past summer. All right. So we're on to healing. Okay, last time I did a live was, I think, 6 days ago or 5, and we finished up with Others Are Only Mirrors of You, Chapter 7, Tolerance and Clarity. I like the way this is written. It's really pretty neat. Healing. Healing is a matter of time, but is sometimes also a matter of opportunity. Okay, that is by, I hope I say it right, Hippocrates. Hippocrates, Hippocrates. Healing is restoration to a state of wholeness and well-being. While healing is generally thought of in physical terms, it is no less essential in the emotional and spiritual realm. Healing is a lifelong process that endeavors to unearth the issues clouding your soul and to repair the metaphorical holes in your heart. All people have healing as a required lesson at some point in their lives. Even those who appear to have perfect lives, devoid of issues, will not be able to bypass this lesson. Life presents too many obstacles and tests for anyone to sail through completely unscathed. Unfortunately, we live in a culture that is tuned into the importance of healing, so a wide range of resources are available. Hi, Sean B. Whatever method you choose is irrelevant. What is important is that you take the time to nurture yourself toward wholeness. Thanks for coming back, Sean B. and Rapper. Happy everyone else is here too. I'm going to read a little bit and then I'll end my live. Starting today, I got my free 20 hours. And the other one I think was, what was it, 46 or 49 minutes. So getting close to an hour. And I've already done 15. So, all right, or almost 15. Fortunately, we live in a culture that is tuned into the importance of healing, so a wide range of resources are available. Whatever method you choose is irrelevant. What is important is that you take the time to nurture yourself toward wholeness. The journey toward wholeness can be expedited if you are willing to use your outer experiences as tools to heal your own inner wounds. Every negative experience is a chance to heal something within yourself. A male friend once confided in me that he was suffering from impotence. He was deeply ashamed about this and filled with self-loathing. He knew his impotence resulted from feelings of unworthiness stemming from when his old girlfriend left him abruptly for another man. Yet he was unable to repair his self-esteem. Oh, that's fine. I'm glad you're back, D. Carter, or Demetrius. At Clarkey, spelled like that in little letters, 417, is the channel of that man that I was telling you about that had hashtag loneliness. He's just not doing it for attention, you guys. Like, I was afraid he was going to go off and unalive himself. And then he said he just kind of disappears into homelessness for months, and he's done it before. So if you guys would even check him out, subscribe if you're willing to. I know he'd appreciate it because he said I don't have many subscribers. He has 1,000 something. He's been at this for a while. And he hasn't gone live since that night. And when I saw his live, it was already 3 days past. So it's been 5 now. So I don't know. He mentions it like 4 different times, or maybe 6. I was counting kind of in his live. And the name of it is The Hanger. Hanger. The Hanger. His name's Jeremiah Youman. Youman. I think there's only one N. There might be 2. I think it's 1 though. Eventually, my friend met a wonderful woman named Andrea who loved him unconditionally. It took many months for my friend to finally allow Andrea's unconditional acceptance of him to reflect its healing properties onto his own damaged image of himself. He gradually allowed her to act as a mirror for his own self-acceptance, and through her love, learned to love himself again. Happily, his impotence vanished along with his other negative feelings. Ricardo Perella. I remember that name. And you reminded me. I have to read my copyright disclaimer. I'm actually really glad you came in. And I don't ask for donations. I don't even put up my Cash App or PayPal. I haven't done that in over 2 months. And I don't plan on doing it anymore for quite some time. And also, I'm not monetized. Oh, that's so silly. Yeah, just leave it up. I know we've got mods in the chat. Just leave Ricardo's comments up. I hope, Ricardo, that this isn't rapper. I don't really think it is because you don't usually misspell your words quite so much. And obviously, this person is of Latino descent. But I know I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm reading from a beautiful book called If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules. And people enjoy my readings. And if I can help someone go through a difficult time in their life, then it's worth it to me. But you reminded me. Copyright disclaimer. This video is for educational purpose only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, and news reporting. Scholarship and research fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Oh, thank you, Sean B. Thank you. I'll put it up on the screen really quick. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely commenting. We comment about what I read about. I'm definitely not criticizing any of the books that I've read in the past. There we go. Thanks. That's wonderful. Okay. It is entirely possible that other people's positive perceptions of us can heal any damage in our self-esteem. But healing through mirroring can occur another way as well. We can learn to heal past wounds the moment they are triggered in the present moment. This is done by dealing with the feelings that surface in certain difficult situations once and for all. The people who act as mirrors in the present can give you the gift of healing wounds from the past. Stephanie, one of my clients, wanted to leave her job at a publishing house to go into business for herself as a freelance editor. However, she and her boss mentor had been locked in a dysfunctional working relationship for nearly 7 years, and she was having a difficult time separating from him. He treated her like a child, rarely allowing her to make any decisions on her own without consulting him first, and keeping her on an extremely short leash. Whenever Stephanie protested or tried to assert her independence, her boss would make her feel guilty by saying he had invested many years in her and that she owed him her career. When Stephanie came to me, she was feeling frustrated, beaten down, and incapable of breaking free from this situation. She expressed deep disdain for her boss, yet contradicted her venomous remarks with loving, fatherly stories about him. It was clear to me that Stephanie had some parent/child healing to do, and that the situation was a perfect opportunity to mirror back to her what she needed. When I asked Stephanie if the situation reminded her of anything or anyone, she immediately told me a story from when she was 21 years old. She was officially leaving home for the first time, moving out of her parents' house and in with her long-term boyfriend. Her mother took Stephanie's leaving home as a personal betrayal and verbally attacked Stephanie the night before she moved out, sitting in her room amidst her packed bags late that night. Stephanie looked up and saw her mother swooping down the hallway toward her, her robe flying out behind her like a witch's cape. When her mother reached her, she hissed at Stephanie, "What you are doing is selfish, just plain selfish. How dare you leave like this?" Stephanie cowered and snuck out of the house early the next morning. Stephanie and I agreed that the situation with her boss was mirroring an old wound of guilt and recollections of not being able to stand up for herself. We both knew she was being given an opportunity to heal this wound by leaving the right way this time, with her dignity and with honor. After many rehearsals, Stephanie eloquently, graciously, and with unshakable confidence told her boss she was leaving to further her own growth. Thus, the old wound in her psyche was healed. No, it's okay, D. Carter, it's okay. I'm hoping it's not Rapper, because Rapper came in, said one little thing, and now a constant Ricardo Perella is coming in. But I've seen this name before many months ago. Hi, Curiosity. And the writing is kind of, oh, Arubian Aruba Dutch. Blood is German. Our king is Dutch. I speak 5 languages. I comment. First Amendment free would not your woke shit. Let's go, Brandon. Oh, I'm not even sure what that means. Okay. Just no blocking, no getting rid of the comments, no timing out. It's no big deal to me at all. And by him coming in, he reminded me how, I'm not really sure, but to read the copyright disclaimer. No, I don't even call it troll. You know, he might have a harder life than me right now. I'm fine. It shouldn't even be about me. It's just my feelings, not seeing my mom in so long and knowing she's gonna possibly go through a really hard time. Okay, okay. What wounds do you carry that need to be healed? Support. Our next chapter. There are 2 ways of spreading light, to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. I like that. There are 2 ways of spreading light. You can either be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. That's by Edith Wharton. Support is holding up from underneath. You support someone when you willingly step forward to strengthen, energize, and help him or her through a challenging time. Yet the great irony is that when you support others, you are also in fact supporting yourself. When you withhold support from others, it is usually an indicator that you are also withholding support from yourself. When I train people to become facilitators of my workshops, the primary thing I teach them is to be aware of how much their support of the individual workshop participants mirrors their own issues. If a facilitator is having difficulty supporting a participant who is expressing rage, it is a good sign that he or she is not supporting his or her own tolerance of or personal tendency toward rage. Yeah, well, you don't have to leave, Demetrius. I'm happy you're here, and thanks for supporting me, which is, by the way, helping you, according to this book. Okay. If the facilitator cannot support someone developing her sense of inner power, then it is the facilitator's own rejection of his or her own inner power that is getting in the way. This is not unlike the training of psychoanalysis, in which they use their own reactions to patients as mirrors in which the patients can view themselves. We are most often called upon to support others in friendship. One of my facilitators, Donna, told me a story recently that clearly illustrates the magic of support and its potential as an emotional mirror. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's not Rapper, because he disappeared and he was the very first one in here and he didn't say anything more than hi. You know what I mean? So I really hope it's not Rapper. If it's you, Rapper, if it's you, I'm really not paying too much attention. And honestly, no matter who it is, I don't even care what people call me on here, because I'm one of the very few that didn't even put a wish list up for Christmas, and didn't even want to, because honestly, I have plenty. I have plenty. I have plenty of food with food stamps. I have a roof over my head. Because of the Consolidated Trust Fund, I can buy litter and plenty of cat meat and cat dry when I need to, and toilet paper and paper towels, Windex, all those things that we need in life. I'd rather have a few close friends, quality friends, than a lot of just quantity type deal friends. All my friends in Messenger I'm close to, some closer than others. And my friends here in chat that have supported me now for October, November, December, 15 months. No, I'm not sick. I'm not claiming to be, Ricardo. You've got to listen straight to the thing. It's my mom, my mother, who I haven't seen in many years, may have stomach cancer, and I'm sad about it. So anyway, this might be a kid. Liar, by the way, I have millions. You're not one of them, loser. This could be a kid if you're talking about money that way. I don't know. All right. So I think what I'll do, because it's absolutely ongoing, is I'm going to ban the user and delete the comments because it's just constant. There we go. Now, if somebody comes in again instantly trolling me, forgive me for saying this, Rapper, but we know you have a lot of accounts. Okay? But again, if it's not you, I apologize. Okay. Where was I? Pull it together. Okay. Several years ago, Donna had been feeling very depressed. She had just broken up with her boyfriend of 2 years, and she was having a very difficult time accepting the loss. She had been laid up with a knee injury for several days, and the time alone at home certainly was not helping. Her misery was only compounded by her frustration at herself for not being able to pull it together and stop crying all the time. Early one morning, Donna received a phone call with some terrible news. Her best friend's brother had been killed in a car accident. Donna, who had known this friend, Mary Ann, and her brother nearly her entire life, and the news was devastating. However, Donna quickly pulled herself together, got in the car, and drove to her friend's house to be there with her. Over the course of the next few days, amidst the haze of the funeral and hundreds of visitors, Donna was 100% present for Mary Ann. She held her close while she cried endless tears, sat by her side as the waves of grief washed over her friend, and slept on the floor next to Mary Ann's bed to make sure she did not wake up alone in the middle of the night. During that time, she hardly felt any pain in her knee at all, and none of the depression she had been experiencing. Several weeks later, when life began to return to normal, Donna realized that the level of support she had given Mary Ann far exceeded any support she had offered herself during her dark time. She was able to use the support she had given her friend as a mirror for the support she had been withholding from herself. She realized that her own tears required as much attention and nurturing from her as anyone else's, and that if she could give it to another, she must be able to also give it to herself. Hi, Winnie the pup. Yes, Christmas was nice. Thank you. I hope you had a good holiday too. That account was in 2021, D. Carter? Okay. Yeah, it really might be Rapper. Really, really might be. Not quite sure. Okay. When you find yourself unable to support someone else, look within and see if perhaps there is something within yourself that you are not supporting. Conversely, when you give complete support to others, it will mirror those places within you that require the same level of attention. Okay, so we're on to chapter 8, and I'm going to end right here because possibly tomorrow, I don't want to make the same old guy. He has a single video on his YouTube account. It's not Rapper. I just went to that person's account that was here giving you a hard time. It appears to be, some old guy. He has a single video on his YouTube account. It's not Rapper. Thank you, Sean B. All right, Rapper, I'm sorry. That's just because you've trolled me in the past and things like that. And so now it's like, even when you're not trolling, you're almost accused of it. And that's sad. So if I come back tomorrow, and I like to do a live every evening, and I very well might, obviously not going to get the test results from my mom on Sunday. I have a feeling, though, Monday or Tuesday. Rule 8. There's 10 rules, and we're on Rule 8. What you make of your life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources you need. What you do with them is up to you. And we'll talk about responsibility, release, learn to let go. That's the key to happiness. And courage and power, goodness, and adventure. Okay, and then we'll be on to Rule 9. Your answers lie inside of you. I like the way this little book is written. She's a chairperson of the Motivation Management Service Institute. She's worked with over 200,000 people, this Cherie Carter Scott, PhD, worldwide, leading seminars on self-esteem, communication, and leadership skills and team building. She's a corporate trainer and management consultant. And she also has a book out there, a best-selling book called Negaholics. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a really good book where you're just kind of negative all the time, right? So just to go over super quick, the 10 rules for being human. Number 1, you will receive a body. Number 2, you will be presented with lessons. Number 3, there are no mistakes, only lessons. Chapter 4, lessons are repeated until learned. Chapter 5, learning does not end. 6, there is no better than here. 7, others are only mirrors of you. We just finished that one. And 8, what you make of your life is up to, or no, yeah. Wait. Yeah, we're on chapter 8. Okay, or we will be. Thanks everyone for being here. I got to limit my, I got 20 hours of free StreamYard, so I got to limit it a little bit. Thanks everyone that came in on my other live that ended. I don't know why. I didn't hit end stream. That's never happened before. Maybe it accidentally got bumped when I was overlooking for this guy right here at Clarky417. If you guys would go check him out and go ahead and sub up to him, maybe when he comes back from, hopefully he's not going to hurt himself. This Jeremiah Human in Missouri. Yeah. All right. Whoops. I'm just going to end my live right now. Oh, no, you're fine, Sean. You're fine. I love you guys. You're my family, away from family. Naturally, I have my adult children here, thank God. Or I'd be a mess, probably. All right. Possibly tomorrow I'll be back. And thank you for helping me get closer and closer to 3,000 subs. I really appreciate it. Sub up to my friends on here, D. Carter 1999 and Mary Jane Doe and Moonlight Soul Path, who was in the live before this one. Please hit the like. Please subscribe if you're willing to. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye for now.